So here we go. I'm going to show you what I have made. So here is my gateway. Here are my queries. As you can see, everything is working. Underneath, I have two .NET services, and here is my gateway. So gateway is listening our .NET services. So from .NET side, we have following. We're gonna need to add entity union. We're gonna need to provide service type, and we're gonna need to provide these two query fields. From how it works. So here is service SDL, which stands for Service Definition Language. It's the same schema, but with our directives, which are used by gateway to perform queries. Also, there is an entities, let's say, generic resolver. As you can see, it also works well. Here is a service definition for second service. Yes, from .NET perspective, what do we have? So we have this query builder extension, which adds these required types. So we can see it. Yes, here it is. Second, we are creating so-called federated schema, which inside just registers required types for a federation to work correctly. Next, we have federated query. All it does, it provides us these two fields. Yes, and this one is totally the same as in schema first approach, so it will be extracted. Next, we have entity type union, where we declare our types. Next, our types now extends federated object graph type instead of object graph type, which does allow us to use these pieces. Also, it provides us a resolve reference method, which is used in these queries. So when I call this query, underneath this resolver by encode, and everything else is the same. So to make our graph federation ready, we're gonna need to provide these graph types to services. We're gonna need provide register these types in our schema. We're gonna need to provide these fields in our query. We're gonna need to provide entity type and declare our graph types with required directives and resolve references. Let's see this in our second service. So again, add federation, federated schema, entity, now with both types, our query, which hides from us services and entities, and here our account types, which extends account type by ID. Here we're defining that ID is an external. Here our resolver for articles, and here is our resolve references. The same for article, we are defining its key, and resolve reference. Yes, the same works as everything else. So from gateway perspective, let's say we are retrieving account's username. That's all. I have added a logger to see which queries are sent to which services. So our first service did receive this query without variables and return such response. Yes, when we are adding types from different services and run this query, we can see the following. So gateway did send uh, this query to our first service, and our first service did respond with this response. So the key piece here is these type names and IDs, which are reference links. Having such information, gateway sends second request to our second service, to this generic resolver, asking him to resolve these references with these fields. And here's the response. So it is the same queries like here. So gateway just knows, gateway uses these directives to know which types belong to which services, and then uses this generic resolver to resolve data, combine it all together and send it back to the client. So here is another example. And as you can see, now we are sending query to second service. Here is the query, here is the response, and sending back generic query to our first service asking to resolve usernames. So something like this. I hope you guys will accept this change, and we will have federation in our .NET. Thank you.